Channel 5, two of the outstanding quarterbacks in Eastern Maine. Orono's Robbie Rhodes.
Robbie Rhodes, the quarterback, is really something that you really have to do a lot of work on defensively. He does a great job on running the third phase of their option, where he'll fake to the halfback, fake to the fullback, and keep. He is an excellent passer on waggle. You have to keep him contained. He does a real nice job hitting both the fullback out, ends in the corners and drags, and he's really somebody that you have to be aware of all the time on the field. He's a game breaker.
And Winslow's Ruben Lemelin.
Ruben Lemelin is an excellent athlete. He's a great competitor. He's a real great leader for the Winslow football team. He's a multi-dimensional player. He can hurt you with a run. He can hurt you with a pass. We've got to do a good job trying to contain him on option. And his ball faking is excellent, so that's a challenge. We've also got to do a good job trying to stop his play-action pass game. He does a real good job faking the ball and then throwing it deep, and he's going to keep us on our toes. He's an excellent athlete and a great player.
Live from the Jerry Poulin Memorial Field in Winslow, welcome to Class B football. Next, the Orono Red Riots against the Winslow Black Raiders. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Winslow. All the excitement of a playoff game. Undefeated Orono against Winslow. And this is going to be a thriller. Fans packing in this field. George Hale along with Mike Hale. I'm Tim Throckmorton and Michael. This is going to be exciting because the quarterback matchup is an awfully good one.
All right, between the two, so much experience here in veteran quarterbacks. The thing is, they're both so good at both running and passing the ball. This gives you two weapons that you have to defend against. Robbie Rhodes, keep your eyes on him, number 10. He'll put the ball in the air more than on the ground. But he's having an outstanding season right now. He has 15 touchdowns in the air. He's 54 out of 103 attempts, 864 yards, averaging 16 yards on a pass, and he's been intercepted 4 times. He's also rushed 247 yards, averaging 9.1 yards a carry, and he has 4 touchdowns on the ground.
Rhodes certainly a good one, breakaway speed, but Winslow's got the same kind of attack. Their quarterback, Ruben Lemelin, has been doing it for a few years down here in Winslow.
Yeah, he's a very fine athlete. He throws the ball well, but he runs it exceptionally well, and Orono is going to have to be very careful. He can put that ball in the air, but I think he's very dangerous as a runner. If you're looking at his stats on running, he just becomes their number 2, number 3 runner. So far, he's gained about 327 yards on the ground. He's also their punter. So, you know, he's top to bottom a very good athlete. This is going to be a good football game under pretty good conditions.
Winslow has won the last 3 regular season meetings between these two teams. The winner will likely go first into the playoffs. Back with the starting lineups and much more after this.
Channel 5's coverage of high school football is brought to you by Beat and Conquest Chevrolet Geo, where we dare to deal. University of Maine Machias, a quality education in a unique environment. And Fisher, the snow and ice control professionals.
When you think winter, you think Fisher, because the Minute Mount plow provides the advantage of easy attachment. To attach the plow, just drive into the assembly, lock the pins, attach the connections, and you're ready to plow. Removal is just as easy. Simply disconnect the assembly and set the jack stand, leaving it ready for the next snowstorm. Your vehicle is restored to its original good looks. The new Speedcaster 2 from Fisher spreads all materials, even wet sand, and provides easy attachment and removal. Fisher has the attachment advantage.
These are just some of the thousands of people whose lives will be affected by your vote on question 2. 2A, the Green Party's referendum, would put thousands of Maine people out of work. And 2C, the do-nothing option, would keep a dangerous cloud of economic uncertainty over their jobs. 2B, the Compact for Maine's forests, protects forest jobs, our economy, and our forests. Please, choose the positive alternative. Vote yes on 2B.
Front view. Top view. Side view. Side view. Rear view. The rear view is least attractive. Comprende?
Welcome back to Poulin Memorial Field. A lot at stake here today. Of course, the winner is certainly well into the lead in Class B. But the tiebreak, if three teams or two teams end up tied, is the heel point standings. So the heel point standings shows right now Belfast on top because of their win last night, 5-1. But of course, if Orono wins or Winslow wins this game, they'll have enough heel points to go into first place. So this one is a big one for Winslow and Orono. Possibly three teams tied with identical records after the regular season. We'll have to wait and see, though. A couple of weeks left, or this game, and one more week left to determine who goes in first place. Now let's go upstairs to Mike Hale and George Hale. Guys?
Well, I guess we're on up here, Mike Hale. I have a little hard job hearing up here, but it's good to be. Oh, now all I've got to do is say the magic words and we can hear. Mike, it's good to be with you again this afternoon.
Yes, this is a perfect afternoon for football as we see Coach Bob Lucy on the sideline at the Riots bench. It's almost baseball weather here today, George.
Oh, it is a terrific day. Thank goodness we have Coach Savisky from Winslow High School. Listen, these are two good coaches, two well-organized teams. Orono is a very disciplined team. Everything they do is almost by the numbers. They get up a certain way. They go to breakfast a certain way on game day. They line up on the field a certain way. But what's going to happen here this afternoon is two head-knocking football coaches who really like to play it tough will go at each other, veteran coaches, and I think we're in for a great one. Now, that being said, things happen along the way sometimes, and you get a loose ball. This field's in very good shape. We have a large crowd here as Lou Pelletier, Bob Dumond, Kelly Wan, and Rodney Buck, the officials, get ready to go, and they're just waiting for our signal, I guess. A large crowd here at Jerry Poulin Memorial Field. I tell you, before we're done, Mike, we're going to get cold in one of these games, but today we're going to enjoy the autumn of Maine and some good high school football.
We have two communities that are really behind their teams here. You got the tradition, the community, the support, athletic talent, and quality of coaching that all come together that have made these two programs, George, so strong over the years. You look back, you have coaches that have been around a while. We've talked about that before. Bob Lucy has been at the helm of the Red Riots for 9 years. Of course, he was a big player for Orono back in the 70s. His assistant, Tony Smart, was a big quarterback in the early 80s. So you got the tradition in the coaching. And, of course, Savisky has been with Winslow for 11 years himself. So I think that makes a big difference, George, as we look at talking about your community support. There's the crowd on hand today.
Oh, you don't have to worry about the people turning out here. They met me at the door and already were asking me to explain my prediction of last night's game by 1 point. I said, well, I couldn't pick a tie. One guy said to me, I don't blame you. Orono's undefeated. We got to prove we can beat them. And I think that's what has to happen here. The Winslow loss was to Belfast. They're a terrific team. All right, we're ready to go. Orono's going to receive the football. They're going to send their guys back deep down there and see if they can get it going. That's Jeremy Poulin. He's an outstanding back. He's going back there for the Orono Riots. He'll be back there along with Mike Pare. And all we've got to do is put this ball up in the air. It's going to be deer hunting season pretty soon, Mike.
What are we, a week away?
Yeah, Halloween's coming.
Set our clocks back tonight.
Look at the Winslow colors. You think Halloween's here early, huh? I thought this was a Halloween party. All right, big day. Hope you enjoy it on Channel 5 as we bring you high school football from Winslow.
Poulin has returned the ball 11 times for Orono this year. On the punt returns, he averages about 22 yards if the ball ends up in his hands.
Seth Carter has teed it up at the 40 for the Black Raiders. Game's underway. Down the middle. Going to be an up back as a lineman that takes it at the 20, 25, 30, and breaks through to the 35-yard line for the Orono Riots. Running it back was Barry Terrell. And we're underway. Let's take a look at the offense now as we get set to go. And the Orono Riots will have R.J. Myers at tight end, Barry Terrell, who just ran the ball, Brad Netto, Dwayne Parsons, Peter Munn, Ryan Thomas. Those are the linemen. Robbie Rhodes, the QB, Kyle Bishop, Charlie Furbish, Jeremy Poulin, Mike Pare is outside. He splits out to the near sideline as Orono comes right out in that full split back situation. Right up the middle they go to Charlie Furbish. Check it. That's Jeremy Pullen, and he gets out over the 35 out to the 38. It's going to be second down for the Orono Riots, and they picked up a couple of yards on the first carry. Second down, about 8.5 yards to go. You look for Pullen to carry the ball a lot. All right, both ends in tight. They're going to toss the ball out to the left side. 40-yard line. Kyle Bishop is going to be upended by the right side of that Winslow defense. Josh Fair, the defensive end. Dan Allen, TJ Leclerc, Brian Cherdak, David Higgins, Nick Bijay, linebacker. Jason Lazat, Alan Bushy, Ruben Lemonin is the quarterback, and he plays back. Randy Lubier, Joel Fernald, good people. And Orono's got a third down to go here. And about 6 yards to go as we get it underway. It's going to be a head-knocking football game. Orono going with that full house in the backfield. Here's Robbie Rhodes back to throw. Got his man down there. And he missed him. It was intended for Mike Paré. And he overthrew him, and the punting unit's going to come back out immediately for Orono. 3 and out.
So Belfast. Winslow is able to put their defense to the test early on and get the football after 4 possessions.
Paré does the kicking for the Orono Riots. Now back deep is going to be Randy Lubier, and back with him. In fact, Orono is going to have to kick to Lubier. Out the left side, the kick is short, down to the 35-yard line. That's going to be covered by Orono down below. So the Black Raiders, led by Ruben Lemonin, who is dangerous as a runner and a passer, putting a ball in play at the 35-yard line. Just underway, Orono went 3 and out. So the Black Raiders, led by Ruben Lemonin, who is dangerous as a runner and a passer, putting a ball in play at the 35-yard line. Just underway, Orono went 3 and out.
He's carried the ball a lot for Winslow this year. He has 6 touchdowns on the ground, as well as 5 in the air.
Diving off the right side, going to be Randy Lubier. Seth Carter, the tight end, Dan Allen, TJ Leclerc, Ricky Browning, Eric Taylor, Nick Bijay are all in here. Ruben Lemonin, Randy Lubier, Jordak. Quick count, right up the middle they go, loose ball. But Orono will not get it back.
We got
Alan Bushy, sorry, I have a little audio trouble up here.
Okay, there we go.
Here we go. Kind of intermittent, so we'll talk to you, Mike, here in a second. Straight up for the first down. Here's Randy Lubier carrying the play up. First down for the Winslow Black Raiders. All right, there's a deep handoff. Diving over the right side is Randy Lubier. Lubier gets it out over the 45 out to the 48. All right, we've got Mike Paré. We'll give you the defense. Jeremy Pullen, Kyle Bishop, Jeff Stewart, Robbie Rhodes, and Matt Paré on the defense. All right, second down for the Winslow Black Raiders. Quick header up the middle and out over the 45-yard line. They move it again with Alan Bushy. They're just going in quick counts. They're not waiting. Going to be a first down. And the Raiders have quickly marched to the Orono 45-yard line.
And Bushy is number 2 in rushing on this team. 341 yards coming into this game.
It's Bushy off the right side. You'll get nothing out of it. Orono stops him cold. And for the stop for Orono High School.
Bishop on the stop.
Second down. Gary all to the right side inside the 40-yard line. And they're ripping holes off Orono's left defense. Randy Lubier carries, and he gets inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line. No huddle offense for the Winslow Black Raiders. They're just going on quick count, and Ruben Lemonin, the quarterback, is taking them down the field very quickly inside the 40-yard line. Bushy the fullback, and he can't go there with him.
He held on to the ball.
Yeah, he handed it back to him. I don't know if they actually exchanged it or not. But Lemelin ended up with the ball back again. Anyways, at the 40-yard line with it, and there's a loss on the play. And they're going to go 4th down. And on their no-huddle offense, the Black Raiders will quickly come back out again.
Short 6 yards right now.
So into punt formation. They didn't go for it. Here's the kick. Going to head for the end zone and be coming out to the 20-yard line. So the quarterback dropped back to do the punting.
Mike Zavisky. Mike right there, 11 years he's been coaching these Winslow Black Raiders. Of course, you have to mention the years of Tank Ryland, too, when you're talking about Winslow.
Well, we've got old Tanker standing over here. Pretty good man. All right, the Orono Riots now. Gave up some yardage, but they take it back at the 20-yard line. Keeping it right on the ground. On the carry for Orono is going to be Mike Paré. Paré out of the 22. It was Pullen who carried. Paré blocking for him. It's out of the 20 out to the 22-yard line.
So far, defense is the story, George, in this game early on.
Well, it's going to be defense all game long. These two teams are going to hit each other hard. Robbie Rhodes, the quarterback for the Orono Riots. He back to throw. He's got it, but dropped. And the open, it was Jeremy Pullen. Pullen out to the 30. You might want to look at that one on tape. He made a good athletic effort for it, but it went through his hands. And Orono quickly is into 3rd down again, and they're down at the 22-yard line, and they don't want to give it up again. No score with 7:19 to go here in the first quarter.
Pullen was in the air when the ball got to him. Looks like he had it, but then he dropped it, and he was immediately tackled after that. Good coverage by Winslow.
All right, Rhodes. Back, throws, Pullen can't quite get it. Off his fingertips. I tell you, the Winslow defense is happy, but I want to tell you something. Orono's finding a holding. They had 4 guys around the intended receiver, and it's on his fingertips. That ball might have been caught on another effort. Now you watch him. He's got all kind of coverage, but that ball's off his fingertips. It was there, just a little high. All right, here's the kick. Parade drops the ball, and he's going to have to cover. Stop Parade. Seems like they're punting for Orono today.
I think Winslow recovered that fumble.
Parade.
Winslow with a big recovery.
And Winslow's going to recover that ball at the 14-yard line. That is I think that's going to be a muff when you see it, Mike.
Yeah, I think he should have had it. It was a good snap. He just couldn't hang on to it. I think he was thinking about kicking the ball before he actually had it in his hands, which is a common mistake in a lot of sports, is to react before you have possession. Tough break for Orono, and great field position for Winslow.
Orono will play tough defense. On the carry off the right side is Peter Cheeseman, actually. And he's stopped by the left side of the Orono defense. Terrell and Paré, all those guys getting in on it.
So Winslow was pretty much handed outstanding field position just beyond the 10-yard line. Barry Terrell, hard hitter for Winslow. Actually for Orono, sorry.
Going to be 2nd down for the Winslow Black Raiders. Back to throw and getting sacked. Ruben Lemelin, big sack by the Orono Red Riots. Breaking through is Chris Monberg.
Knock him back to the almost 21-yard line. So that was a big boost for Orono, as we see it here mentally, to get a play like that after losing possession of the football.
All right, Chris Monberg, the sophomore, makes an excellent sack of the quarterbacks back at the 20-yard line. Going to be a 3rd down now, and long yardage. 3rd down at about 16 to go from the 20. So the Winslow Black Raiders are running up against that tough Orono defense right now. Lemelin trying to engineer a score off the great break that he got. Play action. Throws for the end zone. It's going to be intercepted as going into the end zone. The Black Raiders have turned it over. And back for the Orono Red Riots is Robbie Rhodes to intercept it. Now they're going to put it at the 1, but to tell you the truth, I think the ball ought to come out of the back. That's going to come out to the track, should not be at the 1 yard line. And they're not going to put it there. The force of that ball took him into the end zone, and that should bring it back out to the 20. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Robbie Rhodes makes an excellent play as Lemelin put that ball up short.
2 big turnovers by each team within just a few plays of each other, and Orono immediately gets the football back.
All right, Robbie Rhodes now gets a new lease on life after he makes the interception. With flags down, they ram it out with Jeremy Pullen. That's going to be a flag down. Orono looked like they might have been in motion. That's an illegal procedure against Orono. So that's going to come back. No score, 5:40 to go in the quarter.
Earlier, we talked to Coach Bob Lucy of the Red Riots. 9 years at the helm, he talked about this game.
I think the 3 keys are we've got to do a good job defensively on the inside running game with a fullback. We've got to do a good job with containing Ruben Lemelin and trying to get to the option and the pitch man. And then we've got to do a good job with Fernald. He's an excellent receiver. He's a big play person and runs great routes, and we've got to control him. So offensively, they've got a lot of weapons, and we're going to be challenged defensively. And then we've got to move the ball offensively ourselves. We've got to be able to run and pass and do the things that we've been able to do to date.
Mike Barre carries the ball.
He's a longtime coach and player for Orono, Bob Lucy. Had some great teams at Orono the past few seasons.
A mistake in the backfield, and Winslow's going to make the play. The 2 Orono players ran into each other, and breaking through was Nick Beecher, and he just nailed him right on the tracks.
Watch how quick they get through. Half a second, they are there. 2. Big Nick.
Nick Beecher, the center, or the senior, pick number 75.
6'2", 253-pound senior.
Playing, well, they call him the Sam linebacker, but those guys, they all got nicknames. All those positions. All those Winks and Sams and Willies and Heroes, they're all back there. Orono's got a 3rd down and 11, but I said before the game started, Mike, it's going to be a head-knocking defensive game. Well, look at it already. Pass is an athletic catch. Do they rule it complete?
Yes, they do.
Beautiful catch by 28, Charlie Furbish.
Gonna get a look at this, and this is definitely worth a second look as we see Rhodes going back. Charlie Furbish, number 28, hangs on to the football, and there it is.
But he didn't get the 1st down. They're still gonna have to punt. He stuck the ball forward trying to get that extra yard. He didn't get it.
Which was a heads-up play on his part, but they're still short 4 yards.
So Orono made a punt mistake the last time when Matt Perret dropped the ball, and he's going to be back there standing at the 15-yard line and hopes that he doesn't do that again. Gets it away nicely. Well, there's going to be a fair catch back at the 41-yard line.
Well, we talked to Bob Lucy a moment ago. Now let's catch up with Coach Mike Savitsky of the Black Raiders, 11-year head coach, and he talked about what he has to do in this game.
For us to be successful, I think defensively, we're up against the state's #1 offensive scoring team. Their halfbacks have all broken long runs. Their fullback does a good job. Quarterback does a good job. They do a great job on all 4 phases of their offense this year. I think their throwing attack is something that they haven't had in the past few years, or at least haven't done it as well as they're doing it this year.
All right. Bushy carries on the quick opening over the right side, gets it out over the 40, to about the 42, 43-yard line. It's going to be a 2nd down for the Black Raiders. No score, 3:16 to go in the opening quarter. Orono and Winslow in a battle that probably, I'm going to guess, Mike, with 3 minutes to go in the game, we're going to be saying we don't know yet. That's the way these two teams have lined up today. Try to ride it up the middle again. Alan Bushy carries right straight into the teeth of that big Orono defense. And Orono's getting some major league hits in the middle.
Number 69, Brad Netto, with a big play, and he's only a freshman. 6'2", 205-pound freshman, George.
I don't know if Orono comes up with these guys. I see the 7th, 8th grade teams. I see the freshman teams. I wonder what they've got. Then all of a sudden you see them as varsity players, and bang, they're just knocking you over. That's going to be a 3rd down. Ruben Lemelin, the quarterback, likes to run it himself, and there's a fumble, and he tried to give the handoff to Bushy, and they fell on it, I believe. Yeah, but it was a real poor handoff. And we're going to see 4th down and a punting unit coming on again for Winslow. So right now, Winslow's offense looked awfully good, but Orono's defense has been tough when they've had to be so far in the first quarter. Inside of 2 minutes to go, the Black Raiders ready to punt it away. Lemelin does his own punting, by the way. Low snap, he has to hurry it off the side of his foot. It's not a good kick, but he had to hurry it. He's going to be okay, though. It's going to bounce inside the 20 back to the 18-yard line.
Of all the TV games we've done this year, this is the hardest hitting defensive game that we've had the pleasure of watching. These two teams are just going at each other. A lot of hard work going on out on that football field today. Bob Lucy says he's got some nice tuition students coming in from the area towns around Veazey, Milford, Greenbush. They get to choose what school they go to. They like the Orono program. A lot of kids are going there.
Robbie Rhodes. Oh, misdirection play. I'm going to get it out to the 25-yard line. Mike Paray continues to carry the ball for the Orono Riots. You're going to see Paray. He's also a tight end. Old-fashioned Orono football. They're just coming right at you. Coming out there in a full house in the backfield and just running the ball right at you. You got 2 Parays in there, by the way. You got a Mike Paray, a Matt Paray in there, in case you will all get confused before this is done. Up the middle again. Orono with a little misdirection. That play ended up off the 25-yard line. And on the carry again is Paray.
Nice crowd, almost shirt sleeve weather. We have the stands are full and fans all up and down the sidelines today enjoying this game.
How can you not enjoy yourself today? 25-yard line. We're coming down to the final moments of the first quarter and a scoreless first quarter. The Orono Riots and Robbie Rhodes. Oh, a little jumping on both sides. I think that the defense jumped in there that time. Orono moved, but they moved after the defense got into the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty now, and that should give Orono another first down. 31 seconds to go. Offsides against the Black Raiders. That takes it out over the 30 to the 31. Mike Savisky, sitting down a little bit. I think Mike's in shape. Look at him. Full house in the backfield. Let's split it out to the near sideline. Play action. Oh, Robbie, you better run. They got you. Big sack.
Brian Jerdak gets on Robbie Rhodes in a hurry and brings him down, number 22. Jerdak, a 5'9", 160 player on the defense, and Rhodes, and there comes Jerdak. Rhodes had lots of time, but nobody open. Jerdak just closed in on it.
Ran the play action fake. He was out there all by himself. That's going to be the end of the period. We have completed one with Jerdak's not so smiling face. He's mad today. Look at him. That's the end of a quarter. We'll be taking a break. When we come back, it'll be quarter number 2 from Winslow.
It's family days at my Ford dealer, and I spent the whole morning getting ready. Worked on my game plan, The audibles. 1, check, 2 airbags.
Hey, Drew, during family days, it's easy to get what you want. Like the best lease offer of the year on Explorer. For only $274 a month, lease a nicely equipped Explorer with a powerful V8 engine, only at your New England Ford dealer.
Whoa, I think he's ready for the test drive.
A picture is worth 1,000 words. It's also worth thousands of jobs. While the paper corporations have clear-cut 2 million acres in the last 10 years, thousands of forest-related jobs have been lost, and millions of logs and countless jobs have been sent into Canada and overseas. When the paper corporations ask you to trust them to protect the environment and create new jobs, remember the picture. Please help to save jobs and the Maine woods. Vote yes on 2A to ban clear-cutting. And thank you.
No scores. We go to the second period. Look at that little guy there. He's right into hockey. Hey, guys, we're playing football out here. Got a Bruins hat on. Some Stearns players showed up to watch the game. They won last night. Foxcroft, their victim. Winslow, 24 on the run to Orono's only 4 yards on the run. Orono's got 11 in the air. Winslow, nothing in the air. 24 yards for Winslow, 15 for Orono. Defense, bet your life you got some defense. Look at Lucy, he's out there in his shirt sleeves today, running across. Love those football coaches, they never feel any cold. Not very cold here today, is it? All right, Robbie Rhodes, back to throw. He fires. Caught, no, trap.
Gonna say it hit the ground first. I can't hear you, George, but I know you're over there.
Yeah, well, we've lost our audio and our earphones up here, but that's all right. I don't need to hear you.
Take another look at the play. And yeah, you see it did hit the ground, George. It hit the ground first. A nice call by the official as it hit the ground and then bounced up into the hands of number 48, Jeremy Poulin.
This is going to be a third down for the Orono Riots. They've got about 23 yards to go. The ball is on the Orono 18-yard line.
Here's another angle of that, George. And there, well, then again, on that second replay, I have to question. We're not hearing anything in our headphones, but I have to question the fact that maybe that was a complete pass on another angle. So correct me on that.
Rhodes has hit me, throws it incomplete. That ball is dropped. Intended for Jeremy Poulin, should have been caught. Jeremy knows it. He grabbed his helmet and said, uh-oh. And Orono's going to have to kick the ball back. But Mr. Poulin says, give me another shot at that, I'll catch it.
So both teams have had the opportunity with 2 big turnovers. First, the fumble by Orono. Then the interception the other way by Orono, but neither team able to capitalize, and there's still no score here early in the second.
Bray doing the kicking for Orono. It's short. That ball's going to have to take a bounce to be good. At the 40, he goes toward the 50, does get a decent bounce, and it rolls into Winslow territory at about the 48-yard line.
Winslow's only loss of the year coming early on in the season. In their second game, they lost at Belfast 20-15. A big interception playing a big part in that loss.
Like the Winslow Black Raiders putting it in play near midfield. There is no score here at the field. There's a little hitch to the halfback. He got some running room out to the side. He's gone. Down the line he goes to the Orono 35-yard line. And the Winslow offense.
Peter Cheeseman with a nice carry, George. We'll take a look at it. Number 24, Peter Cheeseman, 5'9", 160 tailback. And got some good distance before he's bumped out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
20-yard run.
Jeremy Poulin on the tackle for Orono.
Mike Lemelin now with a man in motion coming to the near sideline. Turns, here he comes again. Cheeseman knocked down by the right side of the Orono defense. Every time Winslow so far in this ball game, it has not been a lot of offense either way, gets the ball going. Orono stiffens on defense, and they play very, very tough. And that time, Peter Cheeseman, who is a senior, was met by the right side of that Orono defense. And they got some good guys in there, Susie and Terrell and Parsons. And this is going to be a 2nd down and 10 for the Black Raiders. 11 minutes to go here in the first half and still scoreless. First score in this game is going to be a very big score.
Yes, it is.
Lemon. Here comes the pitch back. He's got Cheese coming this way. And Orono has great pursuit down to the 30-yard line. Excellent pursuit by Jeff Stewart. And they get nothing out of the run. You had a lot of east and west running, and not very much north and south, as the Winslow Black Raiders, Alan Bushy, found out.
Take a look, nice pitch out. Number 24, Peter Cheeseman, having a good game.
He plays in back of Randy Lubier, tailback.
Orono's been stifling Lubier in this game, and Cheeseman's been getting the call.
I got to say the difference so far in this ball game because of field position is Orono's defense. There's a little fake pitch. Here comes Little. He likes to run it. He gets the corner. He's being chased, gets away. And he's down the sidelines to the 20. He's a very dangerous runner, very near the 15-yard line. It looked to me like they were going to catch him back up around the 30, but he made that quick turn. And if you look at him, he is their second and third best runner all year long. Now he makes the fake pitch. Now he turns, and you look at the corner. There's 71 of Orono. 30's got a shot. Hey, come on, guys. Who's going to get me? Here comes O.A. Paray. 86 gets a hand on the jersey. Can't pull him down.
Matt Paray had a shot at him, but not able to follow through. He's finally brought down, I believe, by Mike Thomas.
No score. Winslow threatening. Cheeseman coming, slips the tackle, fumble.
They may have kept it.
Well, Orono had a hand on it, but I don't know who ends up with it. Orono thinks they got it. I tell you who got it. I tell you who it's going to be, guys. You look for Brad Nato, number 69. He's going to get that football and going to strip it out of the hands. I don't know where 69 comes from. All of a sudden, that uniform, there he is, coming back, dives in there.
The big freshman Neto, or was it number 71 Thomas?
Right out.
71, Ryan Thomas was in there first, just ahead of Neto, the freshman. Thomas, a 6-foot senior, 230-pounder, falling on the football.
Well, I'll say what I said a moment ago. Orono's defense has been the difference in keeping Winslow off the scoreboard. Nothing doing for Orono here, and they're getting big defensive play out of Winslow. Alan Bushy, he's a very good football player. Now here's Rhodes. Here's the handoff. Parade comes right in there. Ran into his own blocker. He tries to ad-lib his way out, and then Bushy gets him.
Twice Winslow has been within 10 yards, George, and Orono an interception on one, and this time the fumble. So Orono has done the job when they've had to.
Well, both are playing excellent defense. The only thing is that Winslow's getting field position. So Orono's having to play good defense and keep him out of the end zone. Rhodes hands it up the middle again. Nothing cooking. Charlie Burbish gets right back to the line, and he's stopped by the Winslow defense. This doesn't shock me at all that these two teams are going to play old-fashioned, in-your-face, rock-em, sock-em football all afternoon. You might get a big play, a break, because they both have big play capabilities, but they're going to hit each other all afternoon. Mike, you and I stay up here, because this is what we call black and blue football. You don't belong down here, Mike. And I don't belong down here.
No, not at 5'8", 155. I don't think I should be down.
Oh, you and your bragging about your weight. That's my left leg. All right, Robbie Rhodes tries to get something through. That Paray again. Yep, he was. He didn't get much out of it. And Orono's going to go 3 and out. They're going to have to kick this football away. All right, as Coach Sabisky, he knows he's going to get field position again. What he can't fathom at this point is why his team is putting that thing in the end zone.
2 big missed opportunities for Winslow in this game, and Orono really hasn't had a shot within distance of a TD yet.
Bray's going to kick it right near the end zone. He gets it out of a nice booming kick. Where does that go out? That's at the 50, down to the 45. Good bounce. That's a heck of a kick in high school. That's a good kick. So the Orono Riots ride on the foot of Matt Paray. 6'4", 175-pounder. That's a 41-yard kick.
Bob Lucy on the sideline, shirt sleeves clapping and yelling out at his team.
Well, the Black Raiders came out with Ruben Limelin. That's a mouthful. Got the double wing this time. And they'll send a guy back in motion. The big guy out of fullback. That's Alan Bushy, the fullback, over the right side. You push it to the 50-yard line. Arnold Riots. Tough to run against. And they're making the big defensive play for the turnover so far in the ballgame. What a great afternoon this is. A few clouds, and you can tell me tomorrow will be much the same. Then Monday it gets that way. Second down, about 7. There's Bushy up the middle, breaks tackles. All the way to the Orono 40, first down.
Finally brought down by 80, Mike Paré.
Tell you, it's a big old tank coming out of there, big number 35.
Wow, let's look at this again. Gets some nice blocking right through the middle. Breaks one tackle before Paré finally gets his hands on him as he got away from Jeff Stewart.
But Jeff Stewart gave him a good shot, but wasn't big enough to bring old Bushy down.
Bushy 5'6", 195.
Limelin now sending Bushy in motion on the left side. He pitches it in the air. He's got his man at the 40, at the 35, the 30, and out of bounds.
Louvier tripped up. He hasn't had the ball a lot in this game, George.
Randy Louvier gets the high pitch going left side. They're not getting much in Orono in the middle. I think Winslow's decided they've got to go to the outside, and that's where their strength is, and that's where they're going right now.
23, Louvier. Got some room before Orono catches up. And he's tripped up by number 48, Jeremy Poulin of Orono.
We're at the 25-yard line. The Riots scoreless with the Black Raiders. Limelin, the quarterback. Good triple threat guy. Bushy. Who got it? Bushy didn't get it. Bushy was the fake, and Carring was the quarterback. Good fake kid. It looked like originally the Bushy was going to get the ball. Apparently they either bobbled it, or the quarterback took it back out again, and Limelin ended up with the football. We're at the 25-yard line, second down, 9 yards to go, no score, with 6:04 to go and a half.
Winslow back in good field position again. We'll see how Orono stands the test this time.
Orono's offense hadn't given him much, but their defense has given him everything. Limelin now, second man throw. He's got him going. Good handoff to Randy Louvier. They're starting to go to the outside. They're softening up the middle a little bit. They were going up the middle and up the middle and up the middle. Now
outside, inside. This time they go inside.
Poulin gives him a pretty good shot. No coach is ever happy until it's all over. Mike's staring on. Mike Stavisky, veteran coach, good coach.
His team's knocking on the door again.
Third down and about 2 yards to go. All right, they toss it and they work it the opposite way. Went against the motion. It was a terrible play.
Barry Terrell, 74 with the heads-up play. Got him by, I think, maybe the leg or the ankle, George, as we get a chance to see for sure.
We're going to get our first timeout call in quite a while, as Winslow didn't like the way that unfolded. I don't know if that's by design or what. Barry Terrell, the senior, made the hit, but that play didn't look good the way it ended up. We'll be right back right after this.
Some dealers mark them up just to mark them down. So how do you know their deal is a real deal? At Bean & Conquest, every used vehicle on the lot shows the NADA book price and our data deal price. Check with your bank, check with your credit union. They'll certify our prices. You'll know that Bean & Conquest savings are real savings, certified savings. Don't get caught in the markup, markdown game. Look for data deal prices, certified savings. At Bean & Conquest Chevrolet Geos.
Keep our word to seniors.
May I have your attention, please?
Cablevision's new Spectrum service has more variety than ever before. See the big stars in their best movies on Encore. Catch Hollywood hits from the 60s, 70s, and 80s on Flicks. And jump in on innovative sports action on ESPN2. All this great entertainment plus Sports Channel for only $4.95 per month. Or choose from other money-saving packages. Choose your channels. Call now and order Cablevision's new Spectrum service.
No score, second period, 4:56 to go. Fourth down for the Black Raiders. Back to throw, pulling, throwing for the end zone. Touchdown. Oh my goodness, Joel Fernald got behind the defender for the Orono Riots. And he is in the end zone. I believe that Rhodes, he might have beaten back deep. That was Robbie Rhodes. He got behind him. Big number 87, Joel Fernald, 5'10". Split in. Got behind Robbie Rhodes and makes the catch for the score. And the Riots finally bend and break. They have been bending but not breaking this time. Here's the kicker, and you're right, down below. He has not missed a kick this year. Extra point is still perfect. It's up, and it is through by Seth Carter, who's hit every one that he's tried this year.
Here we'll get a good look at it again. Lemlin with all kinds of time in the pocket. He has a long throw, gets it way out ahead, so there's no chance of an interception, and there it is, complete. Joel Fernald, number 87.
Well, you don't often talk about hang time on a pass, but he had hang time. And he got behind Rhodes, and Rhodes then made a dive for him. So, you know, it's the old story, Mike. You give him enough opportunities, sooner or later, you're going to have some problems. And Orono had played marvelous defense considering they have not had field position, but Winslow just had too much opportunity. And finally, it was a great pass. I thought it was a beautiful pass, and of course, the route that the kid ran was excellent.
Seth Carter, 24 for 24 on point afters this season for Winslow.
Well, Mr. Lucy now says, okay, they've hit. We've got to get it going. Orono's offense has not had any room to run today. The Winslow Black Raiders are up front here, 7-0. And we have less than 5 minutes to go in the opening half. Here's the kickoff to the Riots. Fairly short. One of the upbacks, in fact, a lineman, he's going to run it back out of there, Brad Netto. He's not going to get a lot out of it, but a decent position. And Netto runs it back to the 40-yard line. So the Riots now put it in play and see if they can do something to get back quickly here and get a little momentum on their side. The Black Raiders have lost one game this year, and Orono is undefeated.
Lost early on to Belfast. Interception in that game made the difference. However, they came up with a big win over Stearns to end their 16-game winning streak.
Mike Paray carries it over the right side on the toss. He gets it out to the 45-yard line. As Mike Paray carries, and the Winslow Black Raiders over there to stop it after a pickup on the play of about 6 yards. Not a bad pickup.
Winslow 5 years ago, George, in the Pine Tree Conference before enrollment, encouraging them to make the switch. So they still play a lot of Pine Tree Conference schools in exhibition games, too. That helps your team that much stronger.
They're a good football program. Handoff over the right side. Jeremy Poulin on the carry. Coming short. It'll be 3rd down. Third down and about a yard to go. So Winslow finally gets on the board. With 3:40 to go now. Score coming just inside the 5-minute mark. 3rd down for the Orono Riots at about a yard to go. Now, it looked to me like Winslow got into the neutral zone again. If so, that's the 2nd time. And I think that down lineman Bushy is getting in there just a little bit quick. That's going to give Orono 1st down. That's what it was. Well, that's what the coach gets very angry at. That gives him a free 1st down. Orono unable to really get on track offensively so far in the ballgame.
Winslow had 3 times, and third time was lucky for them for the touchdown. Orono really not anywhere in the red zone yet.
Robbie throws. He's got his man pulling in the open. He's down to the 30, inside the 30. They go to a pass formation. He spread it out for the first time. Come out to a split in at the near sideline, and they're down inside the 30 to the 29, first down. Here comes Robbie Rhodes. Goes a quick out to Jeremy Pullen. He's got a little bit of a smile now.
Almost mischievous, like, guess what I'm going to do next?
Got my kind of hairdo. All right, we're inside the 30 to the 29. The Riots now, same play right side. It's going to be a toss to Perret, and they've got him by the shirt tail. He didn't get much out of it. Boy, that's a swarming Winslow defense. A lot of guys in on the tackle for the Black Raiders. One of the guys over there was Dan Allen. Plays big 230-pound guy. Bushy plays defense very well. He's coming out of the ball game now. The Riot's going to have 2nd and 10 from the 30. 2:26 to go. And Winslow leading Orono 7-0 late in the first half.
Winslow's so aggressive, you wonder why Orono has struggled to get good field position. They do swarm. When you say swarm, they are everywhere, all over you.
Rhodes back to throw. Throws incomplete at the 10-yard line. Perret caught it and apparently trapped it, or it appears to be that he just trapped the ball coming down. The official on the spot ruled it no catch.
In that case, it was Matt Perret.
Yep, it's the other Perret. 86 is the intended receiver. Let's see what happens, Stan. He trapped it. He was losing it. The ball was loose. He fell on it. Never caught it. Going to be 3rd down for the Riots. 2 minutes to go.
Big play for the Red Riots on the 29-yard line.
Probably going to be in 4-down country anyway. Rhodes to throw over the middle. He's got him again. That's a nice slant in, and he finds Jeremy Pullen again on the slant in inside the 20, down to about the 17-yard line. That's going to stop the clock. Rule, it's a 2-minute. Oh, we got the old 2-minute warning now, huh?
There's Pullen, the 48.
Riots have a golden opportunity with plenty of time. The clock now rolling. So mark the ball ready for play. Arnold come out of that full house in the backfield. Toss it to Perret at the right side. He goes to the corner, smash. Kind of smash mouth football right now. Driving down toward the 10. Mike Perret carries it inside the 15, down to the 14-yard line.
And this is as close as Orono has been for a chance to score, with clock running down near the end of the first half.
And they've had to go upstairs to do this. They've had to, much like Winslow had to open up, Orono's having to open it up too. They're back in that same passing formation. Wing left, split end to the right. It's Rhodes throwing deep. He's got Pullen. He has a touchdown. Orono answers tit for tat. Great catch. We'll see that in the replay again. Terrific touchdown as the Orono Riots have gone 7-6.
A 14-yard touchdown pass, as now they'll try to tie the game at 7.
Up in the air, and it is good. And we're right back where we started. Let's take a look at a touchdown again. Pullen is slanting. Here's the pass by Rhodes. He's heading for the end zone. Look at him looking back. He's got it, and he is in the end zone. And that is Jeremy Pullen.
Great concentration by Pullen to keep his eye on that ball.
The extra point by the Orono Riots is good. And that's Peter Mumm. I want to give him credit. That's
Get another angle on this too. And just a little bit late. It's Randy Lubier on the tackle. in the end zone. So big Orono touchdown with just 1:11 to go in the half.
Well, this has been really just tit for tat. They both did it just about the same way. Robbie Rhodes now showing that he's got receivers and he can put the ball up. Orono would like to run that ball, but they had to go upstairs, and when they did, look at that Orono team fired up now. I don't think there's a lot of difference between these two ball clubs. Here's the kickoff. It's a number that's going to be picked up down deep inside, out to the 25, 30, 35-yard line, near the 35-yard line. And a couple of late hits, crowds yelling, hollering, jumping, excited. All right, Tim will talk to the members of the 76 team they're honoring here today at halftime. And we'll have some highlights of last night's game for you. 7-7 tie with 1:06 to go. Here's Littleman. And he's got a man in motion. On his own number, and he's going to be hit and knocked down. That was Perret who knocked him down. Mike Perret stayed home. That's what Littleman likes to do a lot. He hasn't done it much in the ballgame today, but he certainly likes to do that. And here is a timeout by the Black Raiders as Savitsky comes out to talk to his club with 53 seconds to go here in the first half. 2 exciting touchdowns in the first half. That's about all the highlights we have for you. We'll be right back right after we take this timeout.
Keep our word to seniors, or forget them. Help families put their children through college, or tell them they're on their own. Susan Collins said she would vote for the Gingrich-Dole budget that cut Medicare by $270 billion, cut student loans by $5 billion, and cut veterans programs by $6.7 billion. Cuts that hurt Maine so much, Senator Bill Cohen opposed them. Susan Collins supports Newt Gingrich and Bob Dole. Who do you support?
It's the most innovative show of the season. An epic tale of 2 desperate men. One, an ex-con.
Give me a chance, for God's sakes.
The other, an undercover cop.
Get the hell out of the truck.
Ken Olin, Jason Gedrick.
Somebody killed my partner.
Joe Pantoliano.
What if that person is me? Then I'm gonna kill you.
They will all meet on Easy Streets. Special preview CBS Sunday. Due to adult content, parental discretion is advised.
Well, the scoreboard tells it all. It is 7-7. We are down to 53 seconds to go. As advertised, a great high school football game. Littleman got his man in motion again. He'll be back to throw. He's got the bomb. He's got a man. He is overthrowing. Intended down deep for Brian Jordak, and Robbie Rhodes was right back with him. Rhodes has had one over his head today. He wasn't going to have another one. He was right back there. Robbie chasing back deep. That stops the clock at 48 seconds to go. It's going to give Winslow a third and about 13 yards to go, as they had lost 3 before. They're at their 30. They're going to have to kick that ball if they put it up and are incomplete this time. So let's see what they do. Quick opening play to Pushy. Out over the 32, 33. Stopped by the middle of that Orono defense. On the attack for Orono was Barry Terrell again. And that means it's going to be 4th, but they're going to take all the time they can here. Might even take delay a game. Now Orono's going to call timeout and make them punt it. Oh, the cat and mouse game. So Orono calls time, that stops the clock. Otherwise, Winslow was going to run it out. And we're down to 26 seconds, and that means that Coach Lucy and Savitsky come out here. And we'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back for the punt.
To be or not to be? That is the question. To be is the compact for Maine's forests. It's supported by Maine's forest landowners, conservation groups, Governor King, and affected businesses. A vote for 2B will protect Maine's forests and our economy. Without 2B, Economic uncertainty will threaten jobs and small businesses in Maine. To protect our forests and our economy, vote yes on 2B. That is the answer.
All right, Lemelin will do the punting. Orono will get the chance to run it back here. Here's the kick. It's going to be taken at the 30-yard line. Farbish going to be down, flags down everywhere. I thought this was a ribbon party. I never saw so many flags. They were coming from every angle. So we'll see what that's all about. We haven't had many flags in this ball game. A couple of simple little things. So hard-nosed football game. Nobody's getting out of line here. It's been good, but that time somebody got caught. And everybody in town saw it.
We'll be switching gears to college football, George, here afterwards. Alabama, Tennessee, right after this game.
Old school Tennessee in there.
No Volunteers.
No Volunteers, I love them. That's a clip. Everybody saw it. Going to take it back to the 23-yard line. So the Riots, with 17 seconds to go, Robbie got a chance to put a couple up maybe, and Winslow may be back in the prevent. Look at that score, 7-7. Two teams evenly matched, one with one loss, one with no losses. Both of them postseason bound. Orono takes the knee, they decide that's enough of that. Let the clock run, get in the locker room, they had the momentum. That last touchdown. Two good high school teams going at it. This is what it's all about, gang. The clock ticks it down, the final seconds. George Hale with you along with Mike Hale, and we'll be going downstairs with Timmy Throckmorton's looking to talk to folks and see what we can do and have a good halftime for you.
As we see Coach Savitsky walking off, we're hoping that he had mentioned before that he may be able to chat with us at halftime on the way in. We're not sure if that's going to happen, but
we're going to take a break, and when we come back, it's going to be Tim Throckmorton with a halftime show. Stay with us. We got a heck of a football game going.
Susan Collins knows Maine needs more good jobs. That's why Susan supports student loans, so middle-class children have the skills they need to compete in today's workforce. Susan supports lower taxes and less regulation on Maine's small businesses, so they'll grow and create new jobs. And so you keep more of what you earn. Susan will fight to eliminate wasteful spending and balance the budget. Susan Collins, we believe she's the independent voice for Maine's future.
What's a pretty truck like that doing with a pretty price like this? Of course, it's Bean & Conquest, the prettiest deals on the prettiest wheels, loaded 4x4s. Pretty four-door Blazers. A new 97 Chevy Lumina with a pretty price, just $16,986. And a 97 Chevy Cavalier with a pretty payment, just $199.52 a month. Bean & Conquest Chevrolet Geo Summer Street Bango for the prettiest deals on wheels.
When you think winter, you think Fisher, because the Minute Mount plow provides the advantage of easy attachment. To attach the plow, just drive into the assembly, lock the pins, attach the connections, and you're ready to plow. Removal is just as easy. Simply disconnect the assembly and set the jack stand, leaving it ready for the next snowstorm. Your vehicle is restored to its original good looks. The new Speedcaster 2 from Fisher spreads all materials, even wet sand, and provides easy attachment and removal. Fisher has the attachment advantage.
What's so special about Thomas College? Students get what they need to succeed. Individual attention, real-world experience, professional management degrees including marketing, accounting, and sports management, plus 90% job placement. Thomas College, celebrating 100 years of educating for tomorrow.
Welcome back to Pool & Field. Undefeated Orono tied with Winslow 7-7. We are at halftime. A look at last night's highlights is coming up, and right now we're going to start with the game featuring the undefeated team in Class A. Lawrence took a perfect record up to Mount Blue. What a great matchup. One loss between the Mount Blue and Lawrence. Blue and gold out in force tonight. Tough, hard-hitting defense. Mount Blue's Dustin Ireland, the quarterback keeper, and Chad Dennis finishes him off. Only scoring of the first half came on a field goal. Ireland himself, a 41-yarder, 3-0 Mount Blue, but Lawrence bullied in a touchdown in the second half. Nick Buck scoring. Lawrence stayed unbeaten, 7-3, 8-0 for the Bulldogs. Mount Blue is 6-2. In Bangor, the Rams looking to get back on track against Gardner. Homecoming, and the Rams rolled. Hampton Clarkson in the Gardner backfield with the sack. Bangor led 35-0 before the half. Jason St. Pierre caught a couple of touchdown passes, and they just clamped down defensively. The Tigers couldn't get much going. This time, Rico Mucci is there first. Bangor moves to 6-2 with a 35-7 win last night. Also in Class A, Skowhegan mixing it up with Oxford Hills. Third quarter, Oxford Hills in white. Reversed, Darren Lewis breaks the corner, turns it upfield, gets a few blocks. Lewis goes 73 yards for a touchdown. The Vikings are up by 6. They get a 2-touchdown lead, and Skowhegan fights back. Tom Netto from 3 yards out, the touchdown run. It pulls them within 6 again, but the Vikings get the win. 26-20. Oxford Hills is 5-3. Belfast last night. Lions with a test in Old Town. They hand off to Peter Baker. He ran for a couple of touchdowns off kickoffs. He gets into the end zone, 23-22 at the half, but Belfast holds them off. They go on to win 36-21-29. Belfast now 7-1. Joe Littlefield with 110 yards rushing. Hamden and MDI meeting last night in a good one. Third quarter, MDI up 14-13, and Hamden's Ben Preston gets the handoff and goes 4 yards for the touchdown. 19-14 Broncos. But MDI comes back to win it on a late touchdown. They win it by 1, 20-19 Trojans. And in Class C, Bucksport against John Bapst with a winner in good position for the playoffs. First quarter kickoff goes to Matt Martin, and he takes it up the sidelines, 40 yards. Nice return, set up the Bucks to get in the end zone first. And Cameron Giroux, the quarterback, keeps it himself. 6-0 Bucksport. He rushed for 2 touchdowns on the night. They go on to win 30-17. Zach Adams for the Bucks, 138 yards on 23 carries. Bucks are 4-4. Stearns over Foxcroft, 30-17. Brewer shuts out Misalansky, 13-0, and MCI over Mattanock, 40-27. We are back, and this is a kind of exciting day for the members of the 1976 undefeated team from Winslow High School that won the PTC Championship, given, of course, state honors, and got a bunch of these guys with me. We'll start with Mike Drew, and you had some great stats back then, 20 touchdowns, 1,300 yards on the season. Is this the kind of team that was built around one guy, a running back?
No, I don't think so. You're looking at a team that, we used to go double tight end, so we had a 7-man line basically. 5 of those 7 were all state selection. You had Joey that was an all-state quarterback, and out of the 11 starters on offense, we had 6 or 7 guys that were all state honors. So
nice haircuts too back then.
Oh yeah, definitely. You like the 70s look there, the curly hair. Unfortunately, the hair's gone past. But anyway, just a lot of great memories and great coach, a person that I still refer to as coach even after 20 years.
You were hurt in one of the last games against Skowhegan. Joe Guimond's here as well. Joe, I want to hear this from your lips. Describe the kickoff with 30 seconds left, down a touchdown against Skowhegan that day that you guys came back.
Well, as time goes on, 30 seconds, really 2 minutes to go in the game, but I'll take the 30. It adds a little bit more dramatic to it. They had just scored, and we came off the sideline, and we were all a little, feeling down a little bit, and coaches came over and said, guys, keep your heads up, and so Coach Violet sent me in the first time and receiving a kick, and Arthur Simpson was supposed to receive the kick, and I said, no way, because I fumbled twice already today. So when the kickoff came, I received it, and I grabbed off it right by the belt and followed up the center, and there were several players that made multiple tackles throughout the run, and as we were running down the sideline, the most memorable moment was the change in the fans. You could hear the jubilation on the Skowhegan side, and then it just teared down, and then we ended up going in and scoring and recovering the fumble in the ensuing play, and coming to victory.
A tremendous season for you guys, and John Ayob, one of the tri-captains, along with you two guys. And John, talk about the spirit, the dedication that it took for that group to come together to do all that.
It's just real difficult to talk about that and not get teared up. There's a lot of us that came from far away to be here today, and at the time we didn't realize what we had, or we knew we had something special, but most of us as seniors anyway played on an undefeated 8th grade team, and knew that we were going to be good when we got our opportunity, and we had an opportunity to play for Coach Violet, and we just came together, and it wasn't built around any one person. It was a team atmosphere, and we all got along just tremendously, and that's why a lot of us are here today, and we're all proud to be here.
Mark Pelletier is the guy standing next to you, John, that's put this together. Mark, when you call these guys, or when you get in touch with them to come back and get together again, is there any hesitation amongst these guys?
Never. There was slight hesitation on some of the people that came from great distances, and John is one here, lives in Georgia. First he told me with regrets that he wasn't going to be able to make it because it was quite a distance for him, and he called back the next night. He said he didn't sleep all night and that he had to come. He had already bought his plane ticket. We have folks from Texas, Hawaii, Florida, and it's just really great to see all these people back here to be part of this tradition. We have a long tradition here at Winslow. My father played here in this field. Joe's dad played, Mike's dad played, and we have some players on the team right now that have sons on the field, so it means an awful lot.
Certainly the kind of team and the kind of group that you, Tank Violet, the coach of that team, can be certainly as proud of as any team you've ever had.
I'm going to tell you something, Tim. When you talk about dedication and commitment, and I think you see that today when you have approximately 50 out of the 67 that we have coming back here. I think it tells you what these kids think of Winslow High School and Winslow football. The tradition and the pride that they've accumulated over the year. Some of them have coached against us. You know, it's still there, and no question about it.
You were as an intense a coach as there has been around here. You demand an awful lot of your players. These guys chuckle, remembering, I imagine, some of the times. They must have responded very well to everything you threw at them.
The type of mental discipline that this team had, not many teams accumulate that type of attitude. Everything they did, they wanted to be challenged, and the more you challenge them, the more they rose to the occasion. And it's just a pleasure to coach them. It's just so much fun, and I think about these guys and some of the other teams all the time.
Great football team, certainly something a community can surround itself around, and great memories, and I'm sure you guys will carry that with you. Appreciate it. I wish I had a football that Guimont hit Druin on an out here and see if these guys could still run. They look like a handoff. Maybe that'd be easier. They look like they're in pretty good shape. Thanks for being with us today, and appreciate you coming out and talking with us. Bunch of the guys from Orono, from Winslow, of the championship team from 1976, a perfect season at 9-0. More halftime here from Fulton Field right after this.
Keep our word to seniors, or forget them. Help families put their children through college, or tell them they're on their own. Susan Collins said she would vote for the Gingrich-Dole budget that cut Medicare by $270 billion, cut student loans by $5 billion, and cut veterans programs by $6.7 billion. Cuts that hurt Maine so much, Senator Bill Cohen opposed them. Susan Collins supports Newt Gingrich and Bob Dole. Who do you support?
Pittsburgh, legendary for tough steel, is legendary for an even tougher paint. Pittsburgh paints. Paints that smooth on easily, cover completely, and dry quickly to a lasting sheen. You put a lot of pride into your home. Protect it with a paint legendary for toughness. Pittsburgh Paints.
Ware Butler Incorporated Lumber and Building Supplies, serving Central Maine since 1925.
There for you. Early in the morning, throughout the day, our pages work in ways that pay. News, sports, real estate, ways to keep you feeling great. Business news and finance, entertainment, all at a glance. News about the neighborhood, timely tips on parenthood. Who, what, when, and where.
knotted up at 7 apiece, as you can see on the screen, and there was absolutely no scoring in the first quarter. We got things started as Winslow pushed the ball downfield, and finally it was they getting on the board, and it was through the air. Both touchdowns through the air. A 4th down call, 4th and 4 from the 20. Ruben Lemelin finds Joel Fernald. Robbie Rhodes had earlier intercepted a pass in front of Fernald in the end zone. This time Fernald gets the score, and it was 7-0. 1:11 left before halftime, and Orono answered. Robbie Rhodes this time, corner of the end zone. Jeremy Poulin, 14-yard touchdown pass. Poulin brings it in, a pretty play, 7-7, and that's where we stand right now. Orono undefeated, knotted in a deadlock at 7-7 with Winslow. Let's go upstairs to the booth now. Mike Hale.
All right, Tim, looking at some of the stats from Al Hackett, who is with us again today. Winslow's strength has been on the ground in this game. They've carried the ball 26 times for 98 yards, while Orono only has 18 yards on the ground on 16 carries. In the air, Robbie Rhodes having a pretty good game overall, considering the toughness of the defense. He's 4 for 10 for 55 yards in the air and a TD, and 1 for 3 in the air, 20 yards in the TD for Winslow. Total yards in this game, Winslow has 118, Orono has 70. Both scores coming rather later in the first half, with 4:50 to go in the half. It was Winslow scoring, and with 1:11 to go is when Orono get their touchdown. And that's how the stats shape up at the half. And it looks like we're going back down stairs to, well, maybe not. Tim is, okay. All right, Tim was talking with some of the fans. Now I think he's ready. Let's get downstairs to Tim Throckmorton.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. You learn a lot from the fans. You go over there and talk to them, and you get the scoop on what's happening around Winslow. And right now, we'd like to get a scoop from Mike Saviski as he comes out on the sidelines. We're going to try to grab him as he scoots by. But first of all, we want to tell you what's coming up on Channel 5. A lot of high school football. We've had a lot of regular season games so far, and it'll be a playoff game, either Class B or Class C. That's November 8th or 9th, Friday night or Saturday afternoon. Then on November 15th or 16th that weekend, Class B or C Eastern Maine Championship games, teams yet to be determined. Then we're into some a Class A encounter. That'll be the last weekend, November 23rd, 1 o'clock afternoon game. That's the state final in Class A. We will be televising that one, and from wherever it may be. A lot to go on. Of course, Lawrence is the front runner in Class A, but some teams right on the Bulldogs' heels. Now, let's the TV schedule this coming weekend. We've got some NFL action. The Giants against Detroit on Sunday. Pre-game show is at noon, courtesy of Fox and Channel 5, and we are pleased to have the Giants once again this weekend. So a lot of football coming up on Channel 5 as Bobby Lucy brings his Orono Red Riots out on the field, and they're stretching. A perfect day for football if you can't get loose today. We'll see who figures it out, see who's come up with some schemes in the halftime talk. Now let's go back upstairs to Mike.
Well, we know we have NFL action here tomorrow, and coming up this afternoon, 3:30, Alabama at Tennessee. George, I hope you have your VCR running so when you get home you can watch the Volunteers.
Oh, yeah, I always watch the Volunteers, cheer a little bit for Tennessee. I got to cheer for something. I after traveling with Hackett and talking about his Yankees, between Al Hackett and Father Rogas, I don't know that I can do too much for these Yankee fans as they get ready for tonight. We've had two big plays in the ball game, Mike. Winslow with 450, a 7-play drive, 53 yards, a 20-yard pass to Fernald. Carter's kick good. And then Orono finally went up in the air with a 1:11 to go. 14-yard pass to Poulin, and we ended up tied. We got Mike Saviski down below.
Thanks, George. Mike came out with running the no-huddle offense. We're going to see that again today?
I'm not sure. It all depends what the situation, if the situation warrants it. We may see the formation. I don't know if we'll do it that way.
Hard going inside. You're going to keep attacking the corners?
We might. We're going to see what they give us. We want to block a little bit better in a couple places, and both teams have done their homework. It's a heck of a game.
Great Orono game. Thanks, Mike. Mike Saviski, nice enough to give us a little chat. Not giving away any secrets, though, guys.
That's right. It's always, we might do this. Maybe we'll do that.
I know one thing. He didn't volunteer to put Tim on the field, so he hasn't completely lost it yet. Here
we are, George.
Way up here. Way up here in our magic booth upstairs.
Yeah, what a beautiful day it is, too. Must be in the 60s this afternoon in Winslow. Not a cloud in the sky, maybe off in the distance a little bit.
All right, the teams are coming back out. Orono, of course,